Hi, my name is Cooper Sadowski. I'm 19 years old and I'm a college student. God has been doing the most incredible work in my life, and He's used counseling as a way to draw me out of the darkness that I was in and closer to Him. I grew up in the church. I got baptized in the 5th grade, and throughout high school, I was your typical goody two-shoes. But my story really didn't start until I went to college. I entered my freshman year in a toxic, unhealthy dating relationship that I wanted out of, but I wasn't sure how. And it was actually my mother who suggested I find a counselor for my boyfriend that landed me in counseling, if that gives you any indication of the health of the situation. But after I began counseling, I learned that you can't change other people, but you can take responsibility for the one person you have influence over, and that's yourself. And that's what I did. And it has changed the trajectory of my life. I am so grateful that God brought me to counseling, and the fact that I'm sitting here filming this is just a testament to His goodness and His love. I needed somebody to tell me that I was valuable, that I was loved, I was good enough. But like a lot of us, instead of going to my Lord, I went to people, and I became a people pleaser to the highest degree. I lived by their approval and I died by their rejection. My identity became so wrapped up in what others thought of me. And I learned that the common denominator of all of my decisions were rooted in fear. I was afraid of what people would think. I was afraid of not being good enough. I was afraid of not getting it right. And this just created such an anxiety that wreaked havoc on my life and was sending me down a path of despair and turmoil. But God, I love saying that, but God, He came in and He rescued me. He found me where I was at, and He brought me out of the darkness that I was in and closer to Him. And He used counseling to teach me these things. Before, I was stuck and I didn't know how to set boundaries in my relationship. But now I know how to take control and say what is mine to own, and what isn't. And my relationships have improved so drastically. I've learned that my identity is rooted in Christ, that I'm not living to please people, but I'm living to serve Jesus. And this has given me the boldness and the confidence to tell people about my faith, to stand up for what I believe. And that has just been one of the greatest gifts that I received, and it has allowed me to live out my identity in Christ. I think that counseling is one of the best decisions a college student can make. You're at a very influential time in your life that what the choices you make now will impact your future. And while you're no longer a child, you're still quite new to being an adult. And the extra guidance, you need the extra guidance in your life. A lot of people can make excuses that, oh, counseling's expensive, or I don't have the time, or my schedule's crazy, but the Bible talks about sowing and reaping, and counseling is something that can reap dividends in your future and even now. So my story is a story of redemption and the power of God's love, and that can be your story too, but it starts with a choice. And I encourage you to make the choice to begin counseling, accept the offer that God has on the table, because it is truly life-changing.